Greetings from evening California. I hope tonight finds you well. I think I got a little theme song for this one. Mm, mm, mm. I believe I'll disrespect, and we're gonna do it for a check. I believe I'll disrespect your head. I believe I'll disrespect, and we're gonna do it for a check now. Respect, I believe. Good morning, Danielle, and welcome to part 2 of Disrespectful Questions. Now, I hope I've got the link in. I hope that someone will come in and join me because I have a few disrespectful questions that should be asked at the Housewives of Potomac reunion. We had so much fun the last time. I sat down and came up with a list. You know I love a list. I love a list of a few more disrespectful questions. I feel like Gizelle Ankles Bryant didn't get enough time or attention, like in her marriage. She didn't get enough time or attention. So we're going to start off the segment focusing on her. What is the piping diameter of your legs? What brand of water pill does Gizelle Bryant use? Because it's ineffective. But I'd like to know what brand of water pill Gizelle Bryant uses and the diameter of her stovepipe legs. The piping diameter, which lets you know how thin the ring is that lets water through. Yes. The ankles are disrespectful enough. They are disrespectful. Did you get that fat on your neck from hating? Is that what caused the growth of your goiter? Hating? Is it just hate around your neck? Is that little lump Monique? Is it? Did it go away when Monique got divorced? When Monique got divorced, did that make your life better? Did that make your bed any less empty or cold? I want Andy to ask that at the reunion. Inquiring minds want to know. I mean, since I'm so vile and rude, let's really ask some disrespectful questions. Hello, Marlena.
Hi, Alex. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Oh, what a cute cat.
Yes, that's Mickey. He loves to judge people too, just like me. So I would ask Giselle, is the reason her fashion sense so bad because she needs vision correction?
It could be something in the eye. Maybe she's colorblind and doesn't know it.
She could be color and shape blind and just blind altogether. I mean,
Just
she's been
somebody just
diagnosed
handing
with
her
a problem.
fabric.
Yes. The fabric doesn't work, the color doesn't work, her friends don't work. I mean, it's just the only thing that works is, her poor daughters that have to tolerate her. So,
That was one of my questions. Now she went to not Howard. She went to Hampton.
I
I
believe
think
so.
she went to Hampton. She always talks about Hampton. You went to college but have no discernible job skills.
Yes, and then not too long after that, she married that man, went crazy and ended up in a nut house.
And the marriage wasn't even that long because you raised those children by yourself.
Very true. The marriage was not long lasting.
It
And
was a it was a Kenya Moore of a marriage.
oh my God, I think Kenya Moore had a longer marriage in some ways.
Longer divorce,
That's
yes.
true. That's true. But yes, so I would definitely ask that from her. And then I would ask her, is her relationship with Robin finally going to come to the fore now that Robin has been kicked off the show and she's going to have to be supporting her?
I want to know if she's going to kick Robin off the podcast.
Oh, I would love to see that. That would be amazing.
Because now you've got one on the show, one off the show. I could see Rob being a friend of, like, like a ficus, she couldn't be there.
Very true. Just
Like a
somewhere to stand
speed
in the
bump.
corner.
Like a wart.
Yes, one you can't get rid of.
Yeah, one you gotta burn off.
Or those secret packages you hide in trees that just seem to grow up them.
Yes.
I could see that happening. And then can you imagine, is she going to try now to make friends with Mia? Since Mia is also quite friendly with dipping into the lady pond.
I mean, I think Gizelle is a pillow princess. I think that she'd just lay there.
That's just terrible. Having
She
one
does,
person having to do all that work.
she does it. Well, I mean, I think Rob is a touch me not, so that's why that was a match made in heaven.
There is that too. And we all know Juan is a touch me not when it comes to Robin.
Oh my god. Oh,
It is so
oh, that
true.
is awful and tasty.
Yes. Just like anything that Robin cooks.
Oh Lord. Oh, that she don't cook. I wouldn't trust her cooking. Oh, by the way, are you watching Summer House Martha's Vineyard?
I have to go on ahead and catch up with the episode that recently came out due to work. But yes, I do plan to watch that because that was my secret savior when I was very bored and looking for something to watch on television, especially to justify keeping Peacock around.
Mm. Yeah, the first episode was good, and I won't spoil it. This isn't spoiling it. This isn't spoiling it, but there was definitely a moment when everybody was, or half the cast was kind of like, I don't know if I trust this cooking.
You know what? I can understand that. I'm gluten free, and I cannot believe how many times I've been near to being poisoned just by well meaning people. I used to joke with my coworkers at the library that we should have a sign that says, "Don't feed the locals." So that is what they should have up right there. So, yeah, Houston is not friendly for gluten free people.
Oh, I
Yeah.
can see that. And I'm in San Francisco, so you'd be happy here. We
I
got all the freeze. Oh, Jesus. I actually have to look for gluten.
Oh my God. I'm so sorry for you. I would be happy to send you something from Houston. We have all the gluten here that you'd want.
Oh, I do love my baked goods.
I trust me, you'd have to come to Houston and try it out because we have many, many delicious foods from many different countries and cultures. So it's awesome. It's just I can't eat most of it. So there's that. But the next one, I would ask her if she is willing to drive Karen around now that she's probably going to have her license taken away.
Oh, I mean, she has nothing to do, and I'm sure she could use the money to finish renovating her house. I'd like to ask her, what is it like to be on a show about having a life when you don't have a life?
Oh my God. I would definitely like to know that. How is it possible to go on ahead and put forth storylines when you have nothing going on?
Did you think you were fooling anyone with that sexually confused young man you had on 2 episodes of this season? And that was Borrowed Bravo Bussy. Borrowed Bravo Bussy. I mean, my goodness. Sissy Cohen set that up himself.
Yes, he was too pretty to be straight. We all know that. He's too pretty for straight women. Way too pretty for Giselle. Lord knows. Even her daddy probably would have told her, who are you fooling? Who are you trying to fool this time around?
It's giving desperate. It's like, they need to make Gizelle a friend of.
They do. They need to make Giselle a friend of. That way she can just inject her poison whenever they need some. And they need to go on ahead and invite some more of Mia's people around because they're willing to let it all hang out. Just like her and her
You're
clothes.
giving areola.
Yes. Yes. They are more than willing to let it all hang out, and I'm happy to enjoy on occasion. Not every time, but on occasion. And I think they need to retire Ashley as well. She needs to go on ahead and take her corns and go give them a rest. You know it's true. Them hooves need to go on ahead and just have a moment to be propped up and let her, just go on ahead and enjoy herself and enjoy Michael's money.
They need to put Ashley's foot on hoof talk. If you know, you know.
Oh my God, that would be amazing. But yes, they need to go on ahead. I think they need to refresh the cast by getting rid of most of the Mean Girl crew and get in some new Mean Girls. And if they would ever bring back oh my God, what's her name? I loved when she was beating the hell out of that little dwarf lady. The evil one that thinks she can sing.
Candace?
Yes.
Monique. Monique's not gonna come back.
I know. And I just wish that she got like a wild hair to feel like she should go on ahead and, renew her presence and make herself look good again after she went on to what's his name, Carlos, his show.
Oh.
Yes, I know. But after she went and she decided to go ahead and go, slumming with him, Lord knows. Then if she wanted to go on ahead and make herself look good again or improve her, show situation, I would go on ahead and have her come back. Maybe bring in a few people that she'd actually be willing to go ahead and hang out with and see how she does up against Mia. That would be interesting. Or even more Nigerian folk. If we could have more Nigerian people on, that would be interesting.
I don't know. They fumbled with that. Where it could have been a rich cultural experience.
Yes.
It became a soliloquy on a shrine.
It was ridiculous. I was raised Catholic, and I can tell you that nonsense was just, it was total, like Bulldog used to say on Frasier, it was total BS. So it was just, that was a mess. Because I was really interested to learn more about the culture and see some shared cultural experiences, maybe some foods and stuff. But that had me turning off the television. I just wasn't interested in watching that nonsense. So
it was awful.
It was very awful. And I say this as a practicing witch. That was awful. I'm like, I'm not of, I'm like, this, I've been Catholic, I've been a witch. None of this works that way. It's when you're just standing there screaming at your television. Things don't work that way. Oh, it was terrible. But I would be interested to see them bring in some new people, start fresh, go on ahead and just start over and let us see what happens. Keep, the grandma contingent around, like Karen. And Bully B better not come after me for saying that, because I know she loves her some Karen. But I would love to have them have, a couple of folks stick around, but most of them go.
I want to ask, what was it like having a house so tacky the fans embarrassed you into redecorating?
Oh my God. That's what you see when children don't get to play with Legos. That was a warning right there. If people would let their children be creative and do ugly shit when they're young, then they could learn to have good taste over time.
I had Legos.
See, this is why you have good taste. This
Oh
is
my!
why.
I was all about the Legos as a kid. I was like into it.
I had Barbies, so I would play with the fashions. I did. I would play with the fashions, and I love to play with the Legos when I got a chance. Other than that, I watched too much MacGyver and was trying to set things on fire. But parents should not let their children watch MacGyver. You can get too many ideas.
Oh my goodness! I had this book called Kid Shenanigans, and my mother hid it because it was giving me too many ideas. Like it would teach you how to like flip a glass of water and leave it upside down, like
Oh
all like that
yeah.
kids mischief. She was like, "You don't need any more ideas."
I love that when they and then string when you can wrap string around like the door handles and that's always so much fun. Oh my goodness. But well, I'm just going to go on ahead and say good night. Thank you so much for having me, Alex, and I look
Thank
forward
you for
to watching.
joining us.
Oh, no worries. I look forward to watching you and I think Chris on Pop Roast. And so
Mhm.
I look forward to that every week. Y'all are just a light and I love it. So thank you all so much.
Oh, thank you.
All right. Have a good night.
You too. DAP2K88, what are your disrespectful questions?
Hey, good evening, Alice. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. So, my disrespectful question will go to Mia. And my question will be, since you failed to straighten your timeline of events for the season, and you also failed to keep your timeline of events of who inseminated you as your child's father, who is the father of your child? That will be my question because that season finale was wild to me.
Oh, wait, hold on. Hey, Maury. Yeah. Oh my goodness. We were just talking about you. Um, yeah, well, you see, we're gonna have to do a reunion supplemental. We were wondering if you'd be free. You are fabulous. Good, yeah, bring cameraman Steve. Get the whole group back together. Uh-huh. Okay. All right, well, we'll see you soon. Okay, we got Maury on it. He's got the best DNA people.
That was the wildest season. That was like cherry on the top because the season was terrible. It was terrible.
But that ender, Mia opened up her life like her legs.
Mhm.
She just for everybody. Everybody. It was true, Mia, just free and easy.
And let's be clear, I have no sympathy for Gordon whatsoever. Like you cheated on your wife, so like it that's I'm sorry. Like I have no sympathy.
There was never any cheating in that marriage. That
Mm-mm.
was adults raising children betwixt sexual escapades.
Yeah, it was wild, and she had like no sympathy. There was nothing in her face. She was just like, "Hey, it is what it is." I'm like, "Yeah, you're kind of like off, lady. Like that's kind of wild to even even success." And then to look at the dude that she's with, it's like you left like this old man for like a doughboy, basically. Like this is basically somebody on the corner.
Well, you know what? I think since I thought I was getting with a coined coot, and now my coot is coinless, I may as well go with dope boy Dick and get something since I ain't getting it all.
So I thought about, I don't know if you remember the Simpsons episode. Like there was a great saying that Homer Simpson said. And at the end of the day, it was like, she's a heifer, plain and simple. That is exactly what Mia is. That is the total definition of Mia. Straight, and she's unapologetic, and that's why like I respect her, and like she basically saved the show. So she can stay on, and you can get rid of Robin and the other high people on there, like Gizelle, who ain't doing nothing but just showing her stovetop legs on a regular basis.
I want to ask Gizelle, what does Rob's breath smell like when she wakes up in the morning? when you two split a hotel room, as you've talked about. Because she seems like the kind of girl you got to tell to brush your teeth before bed.
Most definitely. Most definitely. So who do you think? Who do you think is going to be like the top person for next season? I think it's going to be a toss up between Karen. I think Wendy needs to step it up, or she has to leave. Like I love her to life, but she has to step it up. She has to.
Wendy, I hate to say it, but as much as I am a personal fan of Wendy and I would love to go shopping and to lunch with her, I would love to spend time with her. She seems like a fun girl, like a caring girl. Like I like her. I like her energy and spirit.
Mhm.
I don't know what she's going to have next season. You haven't really been able to go up against, the green-eyed bandits. You're kind of too going whichever way the wind blows. You do need a wishy-washy heifer though.
Yeah.
You like everybody can't be a Nene. You need a Cynthia. You need a mealy-mouthed heifer. You need a wind-blowing heifer. So I still could see a place for Wendy because now we don't have the angry shrew Candace.
Yeah. And I also think like I love Wendy when she's on, like when she checks people, it's like amazing because her articulation is just flawless. But also I think, and maybe it's just me, I think the show is beneath her in some way. I think like she kind of like lowers her, I don't want to say lower her standards, but she kind of lowers herself just to fit in. And you can tell like you're
Well,
trying too hard.
exactly, like a professor, a correspondent. Like, girl, you should
Yeah.
be like doing an hour show, and your business should be your business and your private life. But then again, I'll also say maybe this is a barrier breaker where it's like I can get notable for having a moment and still be just as educated, and I should be able to share my life.
That's
I
true.
just ain't gonna share my husband,
That is
especially
true.
with no falcon eyebrowed fool. Wait, no, here she is. Caw, caw, I'm flying down in your business.
Yeah, yeah. I would love to see her next season. I just really want her to step it up a little bit. I'm curious to see what they're going to do with Karen and this whole DWI situation. Like, you're going to have to talk about that. And you're going to have to be real about it.
I want them to follow the story of Deborah's husband divorcing her for publicly embarrassing the family, trying to beat up Candace.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh,
I don't know if that's true. I just want them to follow that story if it happened. I don't want to let me not like I didn't say that had happened, but I guess it sounded like that happened. But I want them to follow that story because I'm sure her husband will leave her.
Oh, here's another disrespectful question for Robin. Why do you continually let Juan embarrass you when he clearly doesn't want to be with you and he clearly has indicated that he doesn't like you and he continues to embarrass you on network television?
She could write that in her book, Tales of a Touch Me Not. Tales of a Touch Me Not. You can't touch me, but I can still be a thought. They're the tales of a touch me not. You can't touch me, but I can still be a thought. Touch me not.
Well, I'm gonna get out of here, Alex. I love the show. I'm from Detroit, so I'm gonna give you a little surprise for you. I'm going to get in contact with the Clark sisters and see if they can try to like sing is Jamal coming back because I grew up.
Oh my
I'm
God.
gonna try.
Oh my God.
I have friends that know them really well. They are sweethearts, and I think they will do
I
something.
said hi. You ain't even got to do all that. Just tell them I said hi.
They are the
Oh,
sweetest. They're the sweetest people you ever want to meet.
oh
They're
my God.
so nice. You will love them. I was on a plane ride with Kiki. We sat down and talked and laughed and everything. They're the sweetest people. Sweetest people you ever want to meet.
Wow.
Yeah.
That
So
is
I'm
so cool.
yeah. So I'm gonna try to see if I could do something. So
Thank you so much. And you make sure you come back.
Absolutely, absolutely. You have a good night, okay?
All righty. You
All
do the
right. Okay.
Okay, we're going to put the link in here if anyone else wants to come on with disrespectful question. Oh, wait, actually, no, I have to go. But this was fabulous, and I have more disrespectful questions, so we'll be back for part 3. See y'all soon.